Welcome back to the cottage, everyone. Today I'm going to be sharing a project that is 5 years in the making, our teen boys' bedroom refresh. I'm really excited to be sharing the completion of this project today. It's something we've been thinking about doing for a really long time. We moved into our house in the spring of 2020, and at that time, our boys were aged 8, 10, and 12. The design of our home was such that the 3 boys would share a bedroom, but each kind of had their own little personalized space within it. Our oldest son had a nook in the room that was large enough for a queen bed and dresser, and we actually did an update on it about 3 years ago. I shared a full video about his space, and I'll have that linked down below if you're interested. The more challenging part of the boys' room was the smaller nooks for our younger boys. The plan was to give them each an extra long twin bed and use the barnwood walls as a sort of pseudo headboard. But not long after moving in, knowing that they were growing in size rapidly, we decided to give each of them a queen-sized bed also. The mattresses were purchased and placed on the floor, and then, well, things just kind of stalled out. I'm going to insert some footage here of what their spaces have looked like since that time as we drug our feet and debated what to do. You see, we made a commitment when moving into this house to be very intentional about what was brought in. And of course, I've gotten comments over the years saying that things look too sterile around here. That's something our family is completely fine with, to be honest. We don't want to be wasteful by just filling up a room without first doing some research and homework about what exactly is needed or even wanted. We are dedicated to the slow process of decorating, and in this case, I think that approach really paid off. Our boys are now 19, 17, and soon to be 15, and well, the time was right to give the room an upgrade. Not only are the boys bigger, but their styles have changed as well. That little boy bedding we've used for their beds since they were toddlers is too cutesy and pretty threadbare too. The most difficult thing to decide was the bed. What was going to be the best way to position those queen-sized mattresses in spaces that were designed for something half its size? We played around with some different configurations and decided that the most efficient was going to be in this direction. As you can probably imagine, I'm a super visual person, and so I set up some chairs and blankets as placeholders for a headboard and baskets as a side table. The boys then slept like this for a few weeks to make sure that they liked it too before we looked for beds. I ordered everything from Amazon, and the boxes were coming in day after day. It started to feel like we were going to be overrun with cardboard. I took everything out of the packages and tried to prep what I could ahead of time, such as putting together these little side tables. They were very inexpensive, right around $25 each, and are actually pretty sturdy. The instructions were easy enough to follow, and even though I'm sure I could have put them together all by myself, my husband showed up and finished the job, which then allowed me time to get the bedding ready. The pillows came in shrink wrap and had to be fluffed up, and all the bedding needed to be washed. This was an entire process that spread out over a full day. It did have the house smelling very fresh though. Then I got to work going through the baskets of miscellaneous that each boy had. I didn't throw anything out, just used these organizers that have divided compartments. I basically just sorted them into categories for now. Quite the variety I came across: 3D printed stuff, baseball and basketball cards, stuffed animals, various papers with doodles and ideas, even a cherished baby blanket. I like having a boundary or container for memory type items like this, especially for kids, because it helps so much with prioritizing what they actually want to keep. If it doesn't fit, some decisions need to be made. And as you can see from these clips, they both have plenty of space for more treasures. After the organizing, I turned my attention to painting. Has there ever been a project in the history of the world that doesn't involve some sort of painting? There always seems to be little touch-ups to do at the minimum, and paint does have a way of freshening things up. It's just kind of a pain. The ceiling in here is painted tongue and groove pine boards, and they were sprayed not too long after being installed. And as materials shrink and as the weather changes, there had been some expansion and contraction, which left some of the tongues of the boards bare wood exposed. I just went in with a little brush and cleaned things up. About 15 minutes of effort actually made a pretty big difference. Then Craig washed the walls and floors so that the spaces were spotless and ready for the new purchases. And that brings me back to the bed frame. As our boys grew, we realized that getting down to and up from a mattress on the floor was getting increasingly more difficult for them. We also did some research and found that by not having the mattress up on a frame, it can actually harbor some mold and mildew if moisture gets trapped between it and the floor. Thankfully, that hadn't happened, but that knowledge gave us that extra push to make this project happen. And the timing is pretty perfect too. Apparently, March is National Sleep Awareness Month. When I tell you that I searched for the right bed for a long time, I'm not kidding. I was only able to find 3 or 4 that would actually fit in this configuration and have the specs that I wanted. We took a little family vote, and this black faux leather bed was the winner. The thing we all liked about it especially was that it was still pretty low to the ground, allowing for plenty of headroom when laying down, and also the fact that the headboard was adjustable. We knew we wanted it to be as high as possible to kind of visually close off that awkward slanted back corner. And let me tell you, we were thankful that the mattresses were flexible because putting them in involved a bit of gymnastics. Then, while Craig worked on putting together the second bed, I started setting up the first space, adding all the fun linens and this cute little side table that really fits just perfectly in this spot. I love the coloring of it, and the baskets add a nice natural detail. The final project for this space involved hanging the curtains, and let me just say that it was late when we did this, probably around 10 p.m. We just needed to push through so that we could call it done. You'll notice that I didn't bother ironing them. My theory is that through time, the wrinkles will relax out, but if they don't, I can always go back and steam them a little. At least that is how I justified it so that my perfectionist mind could let it go for now. Finally, maybe an hour or so past when the boys usually go to bed, we did the big reveal.
Gosh, that's crazy. Wait, when did you get these, like, this pillow?
Oh, wow.
When did you get this? I didn't know you
got
had
all that
some.
on Amazon.
Well, I never saw it.
Is it a little
That's
bit
sweet.
more, a little bit more big boy room?
Yeah,
A little bit more.
a lot bit more.
Looks amazing.
You can actually sit on your bed. You guys can sit down and face each other. You don't have to like crouch down anymore.
I like this too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I'll put some more, like you can put some more of your books and stuff on there. But
Is this the cooling pillow?
yeah, the blue one's a cooling pillow.
What are these ones?
One of them is a new one, and one of them is an old one.
Okay.
So you'll have to figure out which ones you like.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Are you gonna sleep okay tonight, you think?
I hope so, because we have
Yeah, I hope
early
so.
morning.
You should probably get to bed. Okay, let me just run through a few of the details in the finished room. Coming in, you can see the shared middle space, basically with a dresser and a chair. Both are pieces from the boys' great-grandparents, one from my side of the family and the other from Craig's. Someday, I will probably paint the chair a fun color, maybe a blue to match their pillow covers or something, just to break up all of the brown right here. To the left of the central space is our older son's area. And all of the curtains match because we purchased 3 when we did his refresh. They're kind of a light gray color with a bit of texture to them and are also room darkening, which is really nice for sleeping in late or an afternoon nap. We also have a theory that when the kids come to visit as they get older and have families of their own, that this room can almost function as 2. Or if nothing else, it will be an epic bunk room for the grandkids. This soft rug had what I considered to be the perfect masculine color palette. Not too formal, muted, and a little bit distressed looking. I wanted the overall vibe in this space to be very casual and calming, and am constantly amazed at how well textiles are able to do that. I prefer all white bedding because it is easy to maintain and care for, but was able to add some interest with the dark gray duvet that has a large white grid pattern on it and a cozy cream knit blanket. When it comes to having a comfortable bed, I'm a big believer in having a variety of pillows. I know that's not very minimalist of me, but some nights you want something really soft and other times you opt for a more firm option. I wanted the boys to be able to experiment a bit with what felt best for them. So far, after sleeping in their beds for a few days, they both report that the blue cooling pillow and the small brown leather accent pillow have been their favorites. And when you share a bedroom with your brother, it's important to have a space that feels more like your own. So as far as personalization is concerned, the boys have decorated their wood walls just the way that they wanted to, with their own books of interest, awards, and photos. And the same will go for their side tables. I'm sure through the years, the items they choose to keep in this basket or on the shelves will change, but this is what they have for now. Overall, we are super happy with how this project turned out. As I mentioned earlier, every single thing was purchased from Amazon, and I will have links in the description box of this video if you're searching for something similar. I should note that nothing is sponsored. The links are just for informational purposes. All in all, the cost to pull this look together was right around $700, which personally I think is a pretty good deal. And I'll admit, it feels wonderful to have something we have been talking about doing for years and years finally accomplished. Both boys agree that they have been sleeping well and waking up rested, which at the end of the day is the most important part. If you have an interior refresh that you're working on right now, I'd love to hear all about it. Leave me a comment so we can chat. And as always, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you again really soon. Take care.